Far away from Earth, in the vast darkness of space, the Galactic Empire stood as a symbol of power. Their great ships moved like kings among the stars. They controlled many planets and many races. To them, Earth was only a small, weak world, a joke, not worth their serious attention. Commander Zork was a proud leader of the Empire's scout fleet. His ship, the Varlax, was one of the fastest and strongest in the galaxy. Zork had fought many battles and had never lost. He looked down on Earth with a smile of pride and a touch of anger. How could these humans, with their old and small ships, think they could matter? Report, Zork ordered the scout officers. His deep voice echoed through the bridge of the Varlax. The young scout officer, Drax, stepped forward. Commander, our sensors have found the planet called Earth. It is in a small star system, not far from the outer rim. Zork laughed. Earth sounds like a child's game. Show me the ships. Drax brought up a hologram of Earth and its tiny fleet, a few small ships, rusty and slow. Nothing compared to the Empire's massive warships. They are weak, Zork said, shaking his head. They have no chance against the Empire. The Empire's leaders had many planets and armies. Their weapons were strong. Their ships were huge and full of power. They thought of themselves as the greatest force in the universe. They believed no one could challenge them. Back on Earth, humans lived simple lives. They looked up at the stars with wonder, but did not know the danger coming their way. Most people on Earth had never heard of the Empire. They only knew about their own world and the small things that mattered each day. But some humans knew more. Captain Neil was one of them. He was a leader in Earth's small space defense. Neil was not like others. He believed Earth could protect itself. He believed humans were stronger than anyone thought. Neil watched the stars from his command ship. His eyes were steady, calm, but full of fire. He had heard reports about the Empire's ships coming closer. Others wanted to hide. Others wanted to give up. But Neil was ready to fight. The Empire sent their scouts to Earth to see if humans were a threat. They expected to find nothing, just a small, weak world. But Neil knew better. Earth had secrets. Earth had hidden forces underneath the surface. In deep underground bases, humans had built ships, not big like the Empire's, but fast and smart. They used new ideas and old tricks. They were ready if needed. Neil gathered his team. The Empire thinks Earth is a joke. We will show them they are wrong, he said firmly. His words gave hope to his crew. The Empire's ships moved closer to Earth. Their commanders laughed at the thought of battle. These humans will run or surrender, they said. No one stands against the Empire. But Earth was not afraid. Neil sent messages to the Hidden Fleet. Prepare for battle. We defend our home. The Hidden Fleet answered quickly. Ships started to rise from underground. Docks, lights flashed, engines roared. Humans were ready. In space, the Empire's scouts watched as the small Earth fleet appeared. They were surprised. They did not expect such a quick response. Zork frowned. They move fast. But speed will not save them. The humans use clever tactics. They moved quickly and changed their plans. They knew their home system well. They used the stars and asteroids as cover. They surprised the Empire's scouts many times. Zorak's pride turned into worry. This was not an easy fight. The humans were strong and smart. They fought with heart. Back on Earth, people waited. They heard news from the front lines. They saw hope. Neil stood firm. We fight for Earth. We fight for our future. The Empire was not ready for this. They thought Earth was weak. Now they saw the truth. Earth was no joke. Earth was a new power rising in the stars. The stars around Earth were quiet, but full of tension. The Galactic Empire was no longer far away. Their great warships were moving closer to the solar system. On Earth, the news reached the leaders quickly. They held meetings in the grand halls of the United Earth Council. Many voices spoke in fear. Some wanted to surrender, to avoid war. Others hoped for peace talks. But Captain Neil knew these choices would not protect Earth. He believed only action could save their world. In his command room, Neil looked at the reports coming from space. The Empire was sending scouts to watch Earth closely. These scouts were fast and deadly. Neil's small fleet could not fight the entire empire, but he had a plan. "We must warn the fleet hidden beneath the surface," Neil said to his officers. "If the empire attacks, Earth will not be alone." His team moved quickly. They sent secret messages to the underground shipyards. These messages traveled through secure channels, hidden from enemy eyes, deep under Earth's crust. The hidden fleet waited. These ships were built in silence, in secret. Many on Earth did not even know they existed. The ships were smaller than the Empire's, but they had advantages. They were fast, and their weapons were powerful in clever ways. The humans had learned from past conflicts and used new technology mixed with old Earth inventions. Commander Lena was in charge of the hidden fleet. When she received Neil's message, she knew the time had come. "Prepare the fleet for battle," she ordered. "We must protect our home." The underground docks were busy. People worked day and night. Engines hummed to life. Lights flashed in the dark tunnels. The hidden fleet rose from the depths, ready to defend Earth. On the surface, people watched. The sky, the stars seemed different now. The calm nights were gone. Fear mixed with hope. Neil stood on the bridge of his command ship, the Horizon. He watched the Empire's scouts appearing near Earth's orbit. The scouts moved with confidence. They expected no fight. Neil's voice was calm but strong. "We cannot let them think we are weak." The scouts scanned the area, looking for hidden bases or ships. They found nothing at first, but then the hidden fleet appeared from behind asteroids. The Empire's commanders were shocked. Zorak, leading the scout fleet, growled in frustration. "They hide more ships than we thought. This changes everything." The battle began near Earth's orbit. The Empire's scouts fired first, but the humans were ready. They dodged attacks with skill. Their ships moved fast and used the shadows of space to their advantage. Commander Lena directed her ships with sharp commands. "Hit their engines first. Then protect our command center." The humans worked as a team. They trusted each other. Their training showed in every move. The Empire's scouts struggled to keep up. Zorak watched the battle grow worse. "These humans fight with courage," he said. "They are not like the other weak races we have crushed." Neil's team pressed forward. They did not back down. Every human pilot knew they fought for more than just themselves. They fought for Earth, for their families, for their future. The battle was not easy. The Empire had stronger weapons and more ships. But humans had one great strength: their will to survive and protect their home on Earth. The people waited for news. They heard the sounds of battle through communication waves. Every victory lifted their spirits. Every loss made them stronger. Neil sent messages to the leaders. "The Empire underestimates us. We must keep fighting." The United Earth Council realized they needed to prepare all of Earth for a long fight. They began training more people. They built new defenses. They showed the world that Earth would not fall quietly. In space, the battle continued. The Empire sent more scouts, trying to surround the humans. But the hidden fleet used the local stars and asteroid fields as shields. They launched surprise attacks, breaking the enemy's lines. Commander Lena smiled. "We know the system better than they do. We have home on our side." Zorak's anger grew. He sent a message back to the Empire's main fleet. "Earth is not the joke we believe. Send reinforcements at once." Neil received the warning. "They are sending more ships," he told his crew. "We must be ready." The humans prepared for the next stage of battle. They did not have the largest fleet, but they had the fastest minds and the strongest hearts. The Empire had come to Earth thinking it was weak and easy. Now they saw it was not so simple. Neil looked at the stars and made a promise: Earth will stand, no matter the cost. The deep silence beneath Earth's surface was broken by the sound of engines coming to life. The secret shipyards had been quiet for years, hidden from the world. Now, they pulsed with energy. Humans prepared for a fight that would decide their future. Commander Lena stood on the command bridge of the largest underground ship, the Sentinel. Her eyes scanned the control panels as crews worked around her. The hidden fleet was waking up, ready to move out. Every ship was built with care and purpose. They were smaller than the Empire's warships, but fast and smart. They were made to fight clever battles, not just rely on brute strength. The Empire does not know what they face, Lena said quietly. Her voice carried hope and determination. Far above, Captain Neil watched from the surface command ship, the Horizon. He felt a strong connection to the hidden fleet below. They were Earth's secret weapon. Without them, humanity had little chance. With them, there was hope. Neil sent a final message to the fleet. Prepare for launch. Today, Earth fights for its place in the stars. In the underground docks, massive doors began to open. The fleet moved like a great snake, sliding through tunnels and lifting toward the surface. The crews were quiet but focused. They knew the stakes. They knew what was at risk. As the ships rose through hidden shafts, they entered space. The sunlight of the nearby star touched their metal bodies. Earth's atmosphere welcomed them back. After years in hiding, Commander Lena led the fleet out of the shadows. The ships spread across the sky like a great bird taking flight. Their engines glowed softly. A mix of old Earth technology and new alien designs. The Empire's scouts were still watching near Earth's orbit. They had no idea what was coming. They expected to see only small fighters and weak defenses. Instead, they faced a whole fleet of ships, ready and waiting. Zorak tightened his grip on the command chair. They have more ships than before. He said, "This will not be easy." The hidden fleet moved quickly. They used the asteroid belt as cover, hiding from the Empire's sensors. Lana's pilots trained for years in these tactics. They knew every rock and shadow. Suddenly, the fleet surged forward. Their weapons fired in precise bursts. They targeted the enemy's engines and weapon systems first. The Empire's scouts tried to fight back but were pushed away. Neil watched the battle unfold. His heart pounded with pride. The hidden fleet was showing what humans could do when united. The Empire sent messages asking for reinforcements. Their pride was shaken. They had thought Earth would fall with little resistance. Now, it was clear that humans would fight fiercely on Earth. People gathered in cities and towns to watch the news. Screens showed live images of the battle in space. Children and elders alike saw their defenders fighting. Hope grew in every heart. Commander Lena called her fleet to regroup. "We cannot waste our strength. Stay sharp and follow my lead." The fleet formed tight groups, ready to strike again. Their speed and teamwork made them dangerous opponents. Zorak's voice came over the Empire's channel. "You fight well, humans, but we have greater forces coming. Surrender now and save your people." Neil smiled and answered, "We do not surrender. We protect Earth with every breath." The Empire's fleet approached, larger and more powerful. The hidden fleet prepared for the next challenge. They knew the fight would be long and hard, but they also knew that Earth was worth every risk. As the first ships of the Empire's main fleet appeared, Lina's fleet moved with precision. They hit hard and then disappeared into the shadows. Their clever tactics confused the enemy. Zorak was frustrated. "They are too quick. We cannot catch them easily." Neil and Lena shared a moment through their communication link. "This is just the beginning." Neil said, "We will show them what humans can do." The battle for Earth's freedom had truly begun. The hidden fleet was awake. The Empire was no longer certain of victory, and humanity was ready to fight for its place among the stars. The black emptiness of space near Earth's orbit became a battlefield. The Empire's scouts and the human fleet met for the first real fight. The stars shone cold and distant as the two forces faced each other. Commander Zorak of the Empire watched the human fleet with surprise. These small ships moved faster and smarter than he had imagined. They used strange tactics and never stayed in one place too long. His officers were unsure. They had never seen a race fight like this. "Captain." Neil stood steady on the bridge of the Horizon. His eyes were sharp. He saw every move the enemy made. His crew trusted him because they knew he would not give up. The battle began with a sudden burst of laser fire. The Empire's scouts aimed for the humans' engines, hoping to slow them down. But human pilots dodged quickly. Their small ships weaved through space like fish in water. Lina's hidden fleet was near. She guided them through asteroid fields and dark space. "Keep moving. Use the shadows," she ordered. The humans used hit-and-run tactics. They struck hard and then vanished. Before the Empire could respond, their weapons were precise, aimed at the weak points of enemy ships. Zork growled in frustration. These humans are not like others. They learn and adapt quickly. The Empire's fleet sent waves of fighters to surround the humans, but Neil's fleet moved as one. They protected each other. When one ship was attacked, others came to help. One young pilot, Rian, showed great skill. He flew his ship through a narrow asteroid gap, surprising an enemy cruiser. With a quick blast, he disabled the cruiser's shield. His crew cheered over the radio. Neil smiled at the bravery of his people. "This is how we fight," he said, with heart and skill. The battle grew fiercer. The Empire's ships tried to use their heavy weapons, but their big guns were slow and easy targets. Humans struck fast and kept moving. Lena saw an opening. "Target the command ship," she ordered. The hidden fleet fired a coordinated attack on the Empire's lead ship. The command ship shook under the assault. Zorak's officers yelled for help. The humans pressed their attack, showing no fear. Suddenly, the Empire launched a surprise attack from behind. Reinforcements arrived faster than Neil expected. The balance shifted. "Prepare for defense," Neil told his crew. The humans formed tight formations to protect their command ship. The fight became a dance of war. Ships moved, fired, dodged. Each side learned from the other. Back on Earth, people held their breath as the battle reports came in. They knew their future was being decided far above their heads. Neil sent a message to Earth's leaders. "The Empire is strong, but we are stronger in spirit." The Empire's commanders, too, began to respect their opponents. Zork admitted quietly, "These humans fight like they own the stars." The battle continued, but now neither side could claim victory. The humans had surprised the Empire. The Empire had shown their power. At the edge of the solar system, a new war was born. The Empire no longer saw Earth as a joke. They saw a rising power that would change the galaxy. Neil and Lena prepared their fleets for what would come next. The fight for Earth was far from over. But one thing was clear. Humanity had earned its place among the stars by standing strong and never giving up. The space near Earth was heavy with tension. The Galactic Empire had never faced a fight like this before. Their warships had crushed many planets and races. But Earth was different. The humans fought with something the Empire did not expect: unity and courage. Commander Zork sat in his command chair, staring at the battle map. His face was tight with frustration. The Empire's ships had lost many battles. Their usual tactics, strong and rigid, did not work against the humans. "They fight like one," Zork said quietly. "Their minds are quick. Their moves are unpredictable." Captain Neil stood on the bridge of the horizon. He watched his fleet with pride. Every pilot, every ship worked together. They were more than machines. They were people fighting for their home. Neil sent a message to the Empire. "Earth will defend itself. We do not fear your power." The Empire replied, trying to intimidate, "Surrender now. Your fight is useless," Neil answered. "We will fight until the last breath." The humans used their knowledge of the solar system. They used every moon, asteroid, and star to hide and attack. They had trained for years in these tactics. The Empire could not predict their moves. Commander Lina's hidden fleet was a key part of this fight. They struck fast and then disappeared. Their weapons targeted the enemy's weak points. The Empire's ships fell one by one. On Earth, the people followed every battle. They sent hope and strength to their fighters. Schools, cities, and farms worked together. Everyone wanted to help. In any way, Neil and Lena planned their next move. They knew the Empire would try to change their strategy, but humans were ready. They adapted quickly. One day, the Empire launched a massive attack. Hundreds of ships moved toward Earth's orbit. They fired powerful weapons, trying to break the humans' defense. The humans stood firm. They used shields and fast fighters to block the attack. Lina's fleet moved through the chaos, hitting the enemy where it hurt. The Empire's commanders saw their ships fall. They could not believe the human strength. Their pride began to crack. Zork spoke to his officers. "Earth is not a weak planet. They have the will to fight and win." The Empire sent messages to their leaders. They asked for more help, more ships. But the humans had already changed the battle. Captain Neil smiled. We are not just fighting for Earth. We are fighting for the future of all free worlds. The Empire had to admit it. Humans were not easy to defeat. They had courage, strength, and the power to surprise. The war would continue. But now the Empire saw Earth as a strong enemy. They no longer laughed. They no longer called Earth a joke. Neil and Lena knew the fight was far from over. But they had shown the galaxy the true power of humanity. Earth was ready to stand tall among the stars. The battle near Earth's orbit had reached a turning point. The Galactic Empire sent more ships, confident that their numbers would overwhelm the human fleet. Their massive warships moved like mountains through space, shining with the power of many weapons. But the humans were ready. They had learned from every fight, and they had a secret weapon. Their knowledge of their own solar system. Captain Neil stood on the bridge of the horizon. His eyes focused on the growing enemy fleet. The stars around them seemed alive with danger, but he kept calm. We know the system better than they do, he said to his crew. We will use every star, every asteroid to our advantage. Commander Lena led the hidden fleet, her voice steady as she directed her ships through the asteroid belt. Move fast. Use the rocks for cover. Attack when they least expect it. The humans split their fleet into small groups. Each group had a specific job. Some attacked the Empire's supply ships, slowing their reinforcements. Others worked to protect Earth's orbit. The strategy was not to fight the Empire's full power head-on, but to wear them down. The Empire's commanders did not expect such a clever response. They had relied on strength and numbers, but the humans used speed and surprise. They struck from unexpected places and disappeared before the enemy could fight back. One young pilot, Mara, led a daring mission. Her small squad flew into a dense asteroid field where the Empire's ships could not follow. From this hiding place, they launched attacks on the enemy's weapons systems. The Empire's ships shook under the sudden strikes. Mara's voice was calm but fierce over the radio. Hit them hard and fall back fast. We are not here to die but to make them lose. The Empire tried to change tactics. They sent heavier warships to clear the asteroids. But the humans had prepared for this. They used fast fighters to distract the big ships while the hidden fleet attacked from behind. On Earth, people listened to news from the battle. They saw images of brave pilots and fast ships. Hope grew stronger. Earth was not alone. Humans fought together like never before. Neil sent messages to Earth's leaders. We are making progress. The Empire is surprised by our strength. The United Earth Council began to prepare for more than just defense. They built new space stations and trained more pilots. Earth's people came together, ready to support their fighters in space. Back in space, the battle changed. The Empire's warships, heavy and slow, struggled to keep up. The humans used every trick to stay one step ahead. Commander Lena smiled as her fleet outmaneuvered the enemy. We are turning the tide. Keep pushing. Zorak, commander of the Empire's scout fleet, felt the pressure. They are more than a nuisance. They are a real threat. The Empire sent even more ships. Their commanders believed that sheer force would end the fight. But humans did not fear numbers. They fought with skill and heart. As the battle raged, the human fleet made a bold move. They launched a surprise attack on the Empire's main supply base near the outer edge of the solar system. This base was critical to the Empire's war effort. The attack was fast and deadly. The humans destroyed key fuel supplies and weapon stores. Without these, the Empire's fleet could not fight effectively. Zorak's voice was tense. They have struck a heavy blow. We must retreat and regroup. Neil knew the fight was far from over, but the victory lifted his crew's spirits. We showed them Earth is not a joke. We are here to stay. The Empire's commanders called for a pause in the battle. They needed time to plan and rebuild. Neil and Lena used this time to strengthen their fleet. They repaired ships and trained pilots. They prepared for the next challenge. Earth's people cheered the news of the victory. They believed in their defenders. They knew their home was worth fighting for. The battle had changed. The Empire no longer saw Earth as weak. They saw a race ready to defend their place in the stars. Neil looked to the sky. This is only the beginning. Earth will stand strong. The stars shone brightly over Earth as the final battles of this war unfolded. The Galactic Empire's great fleet, once filled with confidence and arrogance, now moved with caution and respect. They no longer saw Earth as a small, weak planet to be crushed easily. They saw a people who would not surrender and would fight with everything they had. Commander Zork stood on the bridge of his ship, looking at the reports from the battle. His face was serious but different now. The fight had changed him. Earth has earned respect. He said to his officers, "They are not a joke. They are a new power on Earth." Captain Neil and Commander Lena watched the sky. Their fleets had pushed the Empire back, but they knew the war was not over. Still, this moment was important. It was a victory for all humans. Neil spoke to his crew. "We have shown the galaxy what it means to be human. We protect our home and stand for freedom. This is only the start." The people of Earth celebrated. Quietly, they had seen their planet grow stronger. They had learned that courage and unity could face even the greatest dangers. The Empire sent envoys to Earth to open talks. They wanted peace, but also wanted to understand the humans better. Neil met with the Empire's leaders. They spoke honestly and with respect. The long days of battle had changed old beliefs. "Your people have surprised us," the Empire's ambassador said. "You fight not just with weapons, but with heart." Neil nodded. "Earth is ready to stand with others in the galaxy. We want peace, but we'll defend our home." The two sides agreed to a truce. It was a new beginning. The Empire would no longer ignore Earth. They would listen and learn. Commander Lena returned to the hidden fleet, proud of what they had done. "We fought well. We proved that even a small planet can make a difference. Across Earth, people looked to the stars with hope. They knew the future was uncertain, but full of promise. Humanity had found its place among the stars. Neil and Lena prepared for what was next. The war had tested them, but it had also made them stronger. They would build new alliances and protect their world. The Galactic Empire had learned a lesson. Earth was not a joke. Earth was a force to respect. The story of the small blue planet that stood against a mighty empire spread across the galaxy. It inspired others to believe in themselves. Humanity had begun a new chapter, one of strength, unity, and hope.